Hey, what's going on? We are coming to you now. We're on Radio Row. Hey, first interview of the day. We
Recognize.
stayed at the Airbnb. We did it that way.
Okay.
But now we got in-person guests, and we are going live from Radio Row here on Claibs Online and KMOX here, brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura, Trican Consulting, Western Illinois University, Kevin Miller of Caldwell Banker Gundaker, and Bootleg and Barbecue. And hey, there you see it right there. He is Austin Ekeler from the Los Angeles Chargers. What's going on, Austin? How are you?
Doing great, man. Great to be breaking the ice for everyone. I'm the only one on the floor, it seems like, right now. So, all right, we're in here grinding.
It'll get a little busier as the morning goes on,
and then guys at, man?
And then Pat McAfee will start talking, and that gets really loud. So
Yeah,
I guess here in about a minute and 50 seconds, he starts screaming. So what happened yesterday, like our last interview of the day, I think he came back out because they started to let fans walk around too, and they were over there and they were chanting and cheering for him, and then he plays up for him. And
I can imagine that. Yeah, always big energy over there. We'll bring some over here though.
Is that surprising? I mean, that's out of a punter. Like that's I
mean, they got a lot,
like a defensive,
a lot of time to hang out, so they start to generate some type of personality. Then he had the big energy.
You see that energy out of like a wide receiver, like a cornerback, something like that. Like the punters, that's a little surprising.
See, it's different too, because I feel like you see energy, from like receivers thing that's on the field, but when they get off the field, they're almost like a whole different person, right?
Yeah.
You see that. I've seen that, especially like Phillip Rivers was like the perfect example for that. Like on the field, everyone was like, Phillip, he's always like super like animated. He was out there super emotional, very into it, and off the field, he's like comes all the way down to like level 10.
Yeah.
Right. He's just
he's got like 10 kids that he's got to deal with too.
Right.
And...
So when he's playing, he's probably like releasing all that stress.
Were you surprised that he didn't come back and play this past because I mean he was getting the phone calls.
Yeah, he was getting the phone calls.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those quarterbacks where people, we're always going to look for some type of, established quarterback, because quarterbacks are hard to find.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everyone, when a really good quarterback, a legendary quarterback retires, like Tom Brady's going to get the same thing. People are going to be poking like, hey, you want to come back?
Yeah. Well, he's already even said like a week into retirement, he was like, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what in St. Louis, Kurt Warner, that happened. It seemed like every year after he retired, because he left St. Louis, went to the Giants, went to the Cardinals, and then hung it up. But it seemed like every year we'd have him on radio. He's like, I got 5 calls this year. I got 3 calls. And then finally it was 1 year. He's like, no, they stopped calling.
Hang it up, y'all. He's officially out.
I think it was like, once he became eligible for the Hall of Fame, then they were like, all right, maybe we should leave the guy alone.
Right.
Hey, we're in LA. We're in Los Angeles where you play, but do you feel like the Chargers are not getting as much? I mean, I know the Rams are in the game.
Yeah, but
it's your house too. Huh? It's your house too, right?
No, as far as like our turnout, I was actually impressed compared to the years prior. Obviously, the year before there was no fans, but when we were in Dignity Health and StubHub, the fan base, it was still pretty salty and still kind of moving from the old San Diego move. But we've come out to SoFi, and SoFi is just such a beautiful venue. I feel like that's been a help as far as attracting. And then we have Justin Herbert, who's been super exciting to watch and play around. And we've had some exciting players, making a splash. And I'm always giving love out to the fantasy crew. So we're recruiting fans all left and right. But the Rams are in the game, in their own stadium, right in LA. So that's definitely gonna take some market share for sure. It's the bandwagon to jump on that. But that's why we're athletes. We'll compete for that too.
We were talking before. You went Division II. For college.
Yeah.
To go from something like to the venues there, and I haven't looked up what kind of facilities you had at Western Colorado, but to go from, I'm going to guess though, it's nothing like what you're playing at SoFi these days.
It's funny story actually. So my first year in the NFL, before I even made the team, we were going through the preseason games, and I'd never ridden a plane to actually go to a game. And so we're on a plane, and this person hands me a menu. I'm looking at this menu. I'm like, do I have to pay for this? Like, it's food. I'm like, do we have to pay for this? And like, no, it's free. I'm like, no way. Like, that's sick. So it's just a whole different level of service and like just protection around us as players and our training staff and all of it from top to bottom. And so it wasn't like, we didn't have enough at Western. Clearly we did for me to get an opportunity. But now it's just at the maximum level. So loving it.
That's awesome. Now here you are, you're walking around Radio Row here with P&G today.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're down here in the LA area, we're actually doing some interactions. We have a carnival set up. So there's some carnival games. There's a giveaway going on with P&G. They're giving away a washing machine and some Super Bowl tickets to next year's Super Bowl. So like, if you're down here, like, what else would you want? This is an event where you can meet some players. I'm even doing an engagement of my own. If you're wearing my jersey, I have some signed player cards. You give me love, I show love, kind of thing. So you can meet me, you can meet some other players, you can compete against us, and you can learn about great causes that you can help out with P&G and what they're doing in the community.
Have you had that experience where you go up to a kid, you see him wearing that Austin Ekeler jersey, and you're just like, you tap him around, and you're like, hey.
If they're wearing my jersey, usually they see me first.
Okay.
They see me first. And so, it's been a great time interacting with fans, just throughout these couple days that I've been here, especially at NFL Honors last night. There's like some fan interaction in this like cocktail little bit party, and I probably took 100 pictures with everyone. And so if you're trying to get your picture taken, let's go. Let's get some love going, and come out to the P&G event down here at the Carnival at the Convention Center.
I was going to say, in the NFL Experience right next door, there's going to be a lot of Austin Ekeler jerseys over there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
Cars are going to be going left and right. Hey, some hardware.
Hey, Austin, enjoy the rest of your morning here on Radio Row. Appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man.
At Western Illinois University, limits are meant to be pushed. Because the best change happens when people think in new and unexpected ways. At WIU, you'll experience a world where your presence matters, where your ideas take flight, and your determination opens the door to possibility. At WIU, we create a world that's brand new.